I just try to leave emotion out of it and be professional, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I don't. Okay. Howdy, y'all. My name is Gretchen, and I'm the Restless Thrifter. I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and Mercari. I have 4 orders from the last 24 hours to pack up, 2 on eBay, 1 on Depop, and 1 on Poshmark. The first one is an eBay order. It is Rose and Olive. This was my top that I'm selling. It's a really beautiful print, but it just didn't fit me very well anymore. Plus size 1X top, floral button up, short flutter sleeve, semi-sheer. And honestly, since I do this and dog sitting for a living now, I'm more likely to be just dressed in a t-shirt. This sold for $17.88 plus shipping. That was an offer counter offer that we landed on for that price. And I would pick up Rose and Olive if it were, a couple of bucks to resell, but I just put my cost of goods at 0. I got this at like Ross or TJ Maxx or something and probably spent $15 on it. I usually would wait until they're on sale to shop there. I don't like to shop very much now, and so unless I'm doing it for reselling, it's ironic, right? So this sold in 1.5 months, we'll say, maybe less. And it was promoted, so my fees were higher. With shipping, they paid $24.94. I'm gonna add these fees up, say $47.73. And let's figure up shipping. I'm gonna put this in an 6x9 poly mailer, I guess. Yeah, it'll fit in there easily. I don't know where else Rose and Olive is sold, but TJ Maxx is where I'm familiar with it. It weighs 5.3 ounces. I also would only get it in plus sizes, by the way. 5.3 ounces, so I'll round that up to 6. And I put it in a 6x9. Shipping is $4.74. It's going to Georgia, and I made $12.47. Did I already say I made 12? I'm like, that really sounds familiar coming out of my mouth. I don't know. Maybe I did. Now, you guys are not going to believe this, but I went to another movie 3 days in a row of movies, and we went and saw Superman. I took my dad, and we both liked it. He said it was kind of goofy, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, you didn't have to think too much. It was goofy, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and I liked that the marvelous Miss Maisel actress, I can never remember her name, she played Lois Lane. It was just one of the best characters in all the superhero shows, in my opinion. Okay, if you're new to my channel, thank you, welcome. I would love it if you would subscribe. These are the kinds of videos I do on a regular basis, several times a week, where I share what is selling in, pretty close to real time, within a day or 2, sometimes 3. And I'll tell you how much I paid for it, where I got it, what the buyer paid, and like kind of whether I'd pick it up again or not. That top, yes, if I were paying, a buck or so, or I'm just selling it out of my closet, I would definitely do that. This is what I call a bread and butter sale, whereas like most of my sales are that on average and are how I pay my bills. And then there's other things that turn out to be better pickups, like this one, which is a men's polo. It's a Mantra men's size medium polo shirt, Catalyst blade collar, coral print, golf sustainable. It's a weird collar for a polo. I probably Got this and listed it too late in the season because I didn't list it until August 2nd. It is a good golf brand. It did sell in a month. I had it listed for 40. We settled on an offer. This was a Poshmark sale, by the way, of 30. I think I could have gotten closer to that 40 earlier in the summer. All right, let me get so 30, my fees would be 6. I paid $3.24 for it. Shipping expenses 0. So I made $20.76. That is a better profit. $20 or more as a profit is really where I'd love to be on everything, or just on average across everything, but I'm not quite there yet. This is going to California. All right, next one is the other eBay sale. It is a Third Love bra, and I got this at the bins. That polo I got at a local thrift store. I can't remember which one exactly, but I got this at the bins, the Goodwill outlet in Denver. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I do love to go to Denver to thrift when my husband has to go for work. I tag along. We're going soon this month. This month. Third Love size large Form 360 fit wireless bra, purple lined padded adjustable. Was this a good pickup? It was okay because I got it at the bins, but the average cost of goods that day was $2.28, which is a little high for a bins trip. It is going to Kentucky. They paid $18. That would have been an offer. I had it listed for $25, and it sold in 3 weeks. So yeah, I would say it was a good pickup, especially when you're buying a bra in the bins. But my average cost of goods that day was a little high. I had bought a pair of Carhartt padded double knee insulated pants that really raised the and I think I got a coat too. Okay, so with shipping, they paid $24.84. My fees were $3.74. I did not have this promoted yet, or they didn't click on the promoted listing when they bought it, one or the other. I'm going to put this in an 8x11 poly mailer. You know what? Going to the movies 3 days in a row, I'm still not sick of it. Really been enjoying it. And I can't wait because spooky season is coming up and I love scary movies. 3.1 ounces is how much it weighs. I was telling my dad, we were talking about how, the news is pretty depressing. And so I said, I like that he likes space things and I like scary things like paranormal because it's not real. Like he's like Star Trek, that's not real. A haunted house, to my knowledge, not real. Haven't run into one. $4.39 is how much shipping will be. This is a really pretty color on this bra. And $14.43 is my profit. I put some thank you stickers on there. It says, thank you for supporting my small business. Now, in my title of this video, I mentioned something like when buyers are rude. And I have a rude buyer to tell you about. None of these 4. But let me tell you, I only have one more item, so let me pack it up and then I'll tell you about this guy. I told you recently about when a seller accused me of trying to send back something different from what I bought. And now I'm going to talk about a buyer who got under my skin. Really did. Okay, so this last one is a Depop sale. It is a really pretty embroidered dress, a beautiful sole, size A, which is a US 14-16. And guys, I had the hardest time looking up this dress to figure out what size A meant. Because a beautiful sole doesn't come back as a brand right away, and their sizing now is they don't use these letters anymore. And so me trying to figure it out, I finally found someone who had a size chart posted. And based on that and the measurements, I was confident that it was the 14-16, which is about an extra large. I'm going to put this in a colorful poly mailer. But this one I thought was great. It had some asymmetrical bell sleeves. It was lined, beautiful floral embroidery. It even had like a Swiss dot. It did have a lot of features. And I put a beautiful sole, size A, US 14-16 dress, embroidered floral dot, whimsy goth boho. I think whimsy goth is more of a whimsy boho goth. Also, in the keywords in the description, I put bohemian, hippie, festival, goth, gothic, witch, witchy, witchy core, medieval. Medieval? I don't know. That was probably a stretch. That was probably a stretch there. I paid $5.41 for this. They paid full price of $29.96 plus shipping, and my processing fee is $1.80. It shows that it was boosted, but that I'm still not paying boosting fees. That I don't get, but I'll take it. Whatever you want to do for me, Depop, I'm taking it. $1.80, and shipping expenses for me will be $0 on this. And I made $22.75. So that's awesome. That was better than the polo. I'm going to download the label. And this is going to Mississippi. Got some fuzz attached to my sticker. I put these like stick-on nail polishes, and this one's peeling back. Let me just peel it off. Okay. All right, so let's talk about one of the ugly truths of selling. When you get comments, questions from buyers, and I will always respond to people. I just try to leave emotion out of it and be professional, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I don't, okay? And I didn't in this case. And let me tell you what I said. I'm a little ashamed of myself, pretty much. So this was all about a Grateful Dead blue dancing bear soccer, football, baseball cap, tan snapback. All right, it's about a hat. And I got it at the bins, but that doesn't matter. How much I paid for it and how much it is worth are two different things. I've had people try to argue that since I probably bought this at a garage sale, I shouldn't sell it for so much. I'm like, well, if you don't want it at that price, just don't buy it or send me an offer and we'll go from there. I didn't find any other Dancing Bear, Grateful Dead soccer hats. Okay, so that's pretty unique. And I have it listed for $25. It's not like I'm asking for an enormous amount of money. They sent me an offer of $8 on 25. I'm like, nah. I came up to $16.88. So basically meeting in the middle. That's pretty good, right? It's coming up. That's pretty good if you think about percentage wise and everything. They countered with $9.25. And I'm like, all right, this guy's really not going to want to come up to where I want to be, which is $16.88. Like, I don't want to go lower than that. I declined it. And he says, One of the ears has no color and the hat is dirty. Was a reasonable offer. I said, I have it on sale for 30% off already. So basically, I sent it to him for just under the 30% off sale price. He said 30% off retail, perhaps. My $9.25 offer is good. I remember I have to pay shipping and taxes now. This is not a $20 hat, but at $9.25 is what I will pay, and it will be doing you a favor. I don't like it when people remind me that they have to pay shipping and taxes, because I also have my own costs, including taxes. I have to pay income taxes on these. I have to pay for shipping supplies. You know, these poly mailers are not free. I have to pay for labels and a printer, and I have to pay for my time of photographing it and storing it and listing it and all those things, right? I usually do not go into all that, but I did. I said I pay fees to eBay, a monthly eBay subscription, I buy shipping supplies, and I pay income taxes on sales, plus my time to list and ship. I'm not getting rich, just paying bills. Okay? Because it bothers me when people act, it's saying I'm doing them a favor or he's doing me a favor. No, he's not. Not doing me a favor. And he said, I don't have this much feedback buying alone. I understand. That is a you problem, not a me problem. Let me know. I didn't really understand what he was saying, but basically, like, I said too much, baby, and it's a me problem. Okay, well, he told me about his problems. It's, and I just said, no, thank you on the offer. That's all. I'm like, Gretchen, back out of this. You don't need to be getting irate with people and defending yourself, and just no, thank you. And that no, thank you on the offer is what I should have said when he said one of the ears has no color was a reasonable offer. I should have just said, no, thank you on the offer, rather than pointing out that it was 30% off already. And then definitely rather than going to the other thing. So we're not perfect as sellers. I would say, don't do as I do in this situation. It's just going to frustrate you. It's not going to make a great relationship with this person. I mean, what do I think he's going to come back and buy it? No. Or buy something from me in the future. By the way, I blocked him. I just don't even want to deal with him anymore, because comments like that just bring me down. And I wrote this on my whiteboard today, and I saw this in an app that I use to like track tasks and stuff, and it said, let go of what is no longer serving you. I don't know who said that originally, where that advice came from. I know I've heard it a million times, but this morning I thought about it and I went, yeah, okay, let me think about that. So one thing I'm letting go of, let go of him. I'm letting go of Facebook Marketplace. Like, it is no longer serving me. And the last couple of interactions I had, I have people who want to come and try things on. I had a lady who wanted to try on some shoes, and I met her at Walgreens because I wasn't at my house. I was at a house dog sitting, and I wasn't going to have her come over there. And so I met her at a Walgreens parking lot, and she wanted to try them on, and it was an awkward conversation. It was just, it's no longer serving me. I have not had a sale there in a long time, whether it was pickup or shipping. And when shipping order does come in, I never notice it, and then I'm usually late, and that stresses me out. So it's no longer serving me. I just put it on vacation mode, and I won't be posting there anymore. I have done that before. And then I came back to it, and it did great for me. The time that it's done the best for me is when I was moving from Denver to the Dallas area, and we sold a lot of our own stuff that way. Furniture, knickknacks, kitchen, gadgets, whatever. It worked great for that. It's worked great for selling. I helped my dad sell an RV, sell a car, sell a couple cars actually. And it's great for those things. But I'm letting go of it as well. and I'm going to let go of arguing with customers. Keep it simple. No need to go further. I'll put a screenshot up of what I made. It's not going to include any sales from my rack because yesterday was a holiday, so nothing would have sold overnight. And today I got no sales. Everyone's back at work. No one's shopping. Okay, guys, just keep listing.